What's up, mofos? That's right, it's time for another episode of Superior Reviews. Let me just recap. I'm Superior Reviews. My opinions are right, your opinions are wrong. My opinions rock, your opinions roll. Let's understand this. I'm always right, you're always wrong. You disagree with me, you're an idiot. You come to me if you want the right answers. Go to all those other reviewers if you want the wrong ones. I know everything. Everything I say is absolute fact. My lists are definitive. And I'm a musician, so I know it all. You guys don't have what I have. You want to disagree with me? You'll lose. Okay? Please put your comments down with your disagreements so the world can see how wrong you are. Doing Led Zeppelin. I only do studio albums too. I hate people who count live albums and greatest hits. They're not real albums. Only studio albums are real albums. So without further ado,
how many more times treat me the way you wanna do?
Led Zeppelin I. It's a lot of cover songs, a lot of short, catchy original songs. When I first bought this album in the 80s, I would find a lot of Iron Maiden albums, Ozzy albums, Pink Floyd. When I bought Led Zeppelin I in say 1984 or 82, I forget when I bought it, it felt like I was buying an old album. So I never lost that feeling that it just didn't fit right with Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin progressed so much further than Led Zeppelin I on their other albums. It's just not as great as people give it credit for. It's an oldie sounding album. Even the picture of them on the back doesn't look like that. It looks like something taken out of I don't know, the old time. It's a great album, don't get me wrong, it's incredible, but believe me, it's not as good as you think it is. The songs are, I think half the songs are cover songs, so I don't know why people overrate this album too much. Dazed and Confused. Listen to the original version of this, guys. You'll be like, wow, Dazed and Confused is one of their staples, and it shouldn't be. And when they play it live, they play it for a half an hour. I'd rather hear a half an hour of other Led Zeppelin songs. Maybe I'm gonna leave you a folky cover song, which by the way, Dazed and Confused was a folky cover song. They didn't cover it folky, but it's very folky if you ever listen to the original. Good Times, Bad Times is awesome.
The days of my youth, I was told what it means to be a man.
Your Time Is Gonna Come. That's the only song I would really want to hear from this album. Your Time Is Gonna Come, or Good Times, Bad Times, or Communication Breakdown. One of the shorter original songs of Led Zeppelin. The other stuff I really don't care about hearing.
The Led, what?
The Led Zeppelin, but I'm afraid that you and other dads like you, Bob, may never have heard of them. But this British group has made musical history today. Readers of the Melody Maker have voted them the top world group. The significance is that the Beatles have held this title for 8 years, but now the Beatles are out.
So you're saying that your fans don't necessarily want to whistle the tunes, to hum the tune, but they're much more sophisticated than my generation.
I think so. Not in that sense. I think these days that let's say the public, let's not just say the kids, because we've had sort of all sorts of people at concerts, Mm-hmm. I think that they're coming to listen to what you're playing and not just to look at you and see what you are.
This brings us now to Led Zeppelin II. Every guitarist on the planet who was born before probably 1985 knows a riff from this album. You won't find one person or one guitar teacher that doesn't teach Led Zeppelin II riffs. I know this whole album pretty much front to back. I learned this album when I was a little kid. I sat there listening to it on vinyl with the guitar around my neck with the strap, back and forth with the needle, learning each part of this album. This album is godlike. It's radio friendly. It's got timeless songs on it. I mean, just from front to back, it's great. If I'm gonna say there's a weak song on it, I would say the Lemon song is probably the weakest song on it. But that's a great song too. A whole lot of love. I mean, it's a huge hit. It's their hugest hit. So I have to say it's overrated. What else can you say, you know? It's a great song. It's just so huge. It lends itself to being called overrated. What is and what should never be. One of the greatest Led Zeppelin songs that you just don't hear much from, don't hear it on the radio much. If they get back together, they should do it live. You know, for like, you know, like their Celebration Day concert. If they do another thing like that, I'd love to hear that live. Ramble On, one of the greatest songs ever written in the history of man. It's awesome. I know every part of it on guitar. I've been trying and learning this song for over 20 years, maybe over 30 years. Jeez, I've been trying to play this song forever. I finally pieced it all together. Which, by the way, Ramble On Live sounded horrible on Celebration Day. They just didn't do that good of a version of it. Jimmy Page was like awfully sloppy. And we know he's kind of sloppy as is. He's a sloppy player, not a sloppy composer. And those two things don't lend themselves well to each other because he writes everything very exact. He knew what he was doing, Jimmy Page. Believe me, every note put on his albums, he knew what he was playing. So it's kind of weird when he plays it live, he's so sloppy with it. They should do Ramble On acoustic. I don't know why they put the electric in it. They should do it acoustic, have John Paul Jones. Well, John Paul Jones has to play bass. The bass line's incredible. I don't know what they can do. It's hard to do that with the lineup they have. They need like another guitarist to sit in or something. But anyway, you know, who am I to say anything? Oh yeah, Superior Reviews. I'm the authority on everything.
Did you expect this kind of appreciation of what you do?
Not to begin with, because
not to this extent.
No.
We knew we were appreciated by the fact that people were coming along to see us in such great, vast numbers, all over the place, England and the continent and wherever. But no one expected this.
Now it brings us to Led Zeppelin III. I've always loved Led Zeppelin III. I hate that people are a bunch of sheep and think Led Zeppelin III is terrible. They just haven't listened to it. Best Since I've Been Loving You. It's a cover, and you know my feelings of covers with Led Zeppelin. You know, I love that they do the covers. I love that they make it their own, and people don't understand that these are blues standards that thousands of bands were doing at the time. Not famous bands, but, you know, it just was done. Everyone did these standards, did these covers. Led Zeppelin just made millions at it. You know, millions of dollars at doing it. And their versions were totally almost original. You know what I mean? Since I've Been Loving You, the way they did it is just incredible.
Since I've been loving you, I'm about to lose my world of mine.
To be honest, honest with you, I didn't know it was a cover song until recently. I knew the stuff on Led Zeppelin I was a cover. I knew the beginning of Bring It On Home was a cover. I didn't know A Whole Lot of Love, the lyrics were a cover. You know, I didn't know In My Time of Dying was a cover either, by the way. Worst, hats off to Roy Harper. I don't think it's as bad as people say. People like rip on the song, that's their worst song ever. Stuff from CODA, stuff from In Through the Outdoor, and stuff from, some stuff from Presence is way worse than Hats Off to Roy Harper. So I don't know why people rag on this song. Never really got into Immigrant Song. I remember dropping the needle on Led Zeppelin III, and Immigrant Song started it, and it kind of turned me off from the album. I actually neglected Led Zeppelin III for a while. I got back into it because of Tangerine, Friends, That's the Way, and Since I've Been Loving You. Unfortunately, that first song, Immigrant Song, didn't think it was that great. Still don't think it's that great.
We'll drive our ships to new land, fight the horn, sing and cry, Valhalla, I am coming.
Led Zeppelin III is a monumentally awesome album. Monumentally awesome.
And as we wind on down the road, our shadows taller than our soul. There walks a lady we all know, who shines white light and wants to show.
Next, Led Zeppelin IV. You can claim this is their most overrated because it's just so freaking famous, but calling it overrated is almost insulting because it is really a great album. But it is so worshipped by so many Justin Bieber fans out there and fake fans. I hate fake fans, by the way. It's so overly worshipped that you can say it's overrated. It's got, of course, the epic Stairway to Heaven, Black Dog, well, one of the most overrated Led Zeppelin songs ever.
Hey, hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. God, way you shake that thing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you stay.
Two of the real great songs on it are Battle of Forevermore and Going to California. Those two songs are really kind of on the underrated side. Misty Mountain Hop is okay. I really do like Four Sticks. And of course, the epic ending. What a great, great song, When the Levee Breaks.
If it keeps on raining, levee's gonna break. If it keeps on raining, levee's going to break. When the levee breaks, have no place to stay.
I mean, I'm not going to spend too much time in this because, I mean, you know, everyone has said everything about it. How can anyone not worship this album? One, it's the only Led Zeppelin song that's 100% original material. Two, it's got three epics on it. The Song Remains the Same, The Rain Song, and No Quarter, which are mainstays of their live shows. Not only that, it's got 3 or 4 radio-friendly songs in Dancing Days, Dire Maker, The Ocean, and Over the Hills and Far Away. Best song is either Song Remains the Same, The Rain Song, or No Quarter. Right now, I would say probably Song Remains the Same. They create an atmosphere. Just sit down for a minute and listen to the Song Remains the Same. Listen to that song. It's incredibly great. The two reviewers, the Wetton King reviewers, they really don't get that the voice change. For some reason, they're offended by that. but yet you could change the sound of a keyboard, you could change the sound of a guitar, you could change the sound of drums, you can add effects to it, you can add effects to guitars, but when you add an effect to a voice, it's offensive, it's annoying. I don't get that. I think it's creative. And they found a way to make it work. Hearing his high-pitched voice and song remains the same is bizarre, crazy. Pink Floyd did it, the Beatles did it. How come when Led Zeppelin does it, you were all offended? Or you're wrong. I'd sit down and listen to the Rain song, it transports you to another place. No Quarter transports you to another place. It's one of the greatest songs ever. The worst song, The Crunch. I don't get the whole, people hate it. Oh, it's James Brown, funky. Yeah, it's funky. I don't really buy what people say about this album, that it's a bunch of different styles. It's Led Zeppelin, guys. This is Led Zeppelin. Face it. Stop it. This is Led Zeppelin. The Crunch is their worst song, if we're going to pick one.
I ain't disclosing no names, but he sure is a good friend.
Let's move on, because I can go on all day about House of the Holy. Oh, let me go on a little more. When I first bought it, I bought it after 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I owned 1, 2, 3, and 4, then bought House of the Holy. Had a strange cover, right? You see this cover? Very strange looking. And being a little kid, I'm like, what the heck is this all about? Having 2 and having 4, you have their staple hits. So, coming into House of the Holy, I really wasn't thinking that, looking at the track list, I didn't even recognize any of the songs. You didn't hear them that much on the radio. You heard Living Loving Maid, you heard Black Dog, you heard Rock and Roll, you heard Stairway to Heaven. You heard even stuff from Led Zeppelin 1, and you even heard Immigrant Song on the radio. But House of the Holy, the hit songs were a little long. Yeah, you did hear Over the Hills and Far Away. But again, like I said, the second part was kind of lame. So coming into this album, I really didn't know what to expect. And I was a little uneasy when I listened to it. What am I getting here? What's going on? And then uneasiness, I realized, was awesomeness. That's what uneasiness really is. You're being tested. Your envelope is being pushed. You got to reevaluate how you feel about this album. You got to reevaluate your own feelings. This album is by far Led Zeppelin's greatest album. No one can deny it. If anyone does deny it, they're an idiot. And I beg you, please write your comments below. Please write them below. Have it in writing of what an idiot you are. Because I would like it in writing how wrong you are. That way you can't deny what you said.
I think albums are the true statement of a group's work. You have time in an album to show or to indicate exactly what you've been up to over a period of time creatively. If you take a single off an album and stick it out, that's just a part of the album. It might as well stay on the album. But in the past, through Atlantic Records, they've worried us into saying, let's have a single. There's the top 40 stations over there, and lots of young kids who probably wouldn't get into the album unless they heard a track on the top 40 stations. I personally don't agree with it.
Physical Graffiti has a little bit too much throwaway material on. They've taken a lot of material from other album sessions and stuffed it in this album. Its best songs, I know, are the songs written for the albums. I also feel that the songs that they originally wrote for these albums are a little too long and a little too repetitive. Everyone worships Cashmere. It's 3 riffs. The entire song is 3 riffs over and over and over again. And the thing goes on forever. In My Time of Dying goes on and on forever, and it's two or 3 riffs. So I don't feel that this album is the creative greatness that everyone says it is. Jimmy Page, when they went to the Swan Song label, totally changed his guitar tone to this like high-toned, annoying sound. It sounds like, I don't know, scratching on a chalkboard. It's just annoying. It just has too many weak points in it. I don't enjoy listening to this album as much front to back. There's too many weak spots in it that I lose my attention span with it. Now, there are awesome songs. 10 Years Gone, Cashmere, even though I just made fun of it, is still a great song. In My Time of Dying's great. House of the Holy's great. Custard Pie is great. Best song, 10 Years Gone. It's an original song and it's an epic. In the Light. What a great song. Revisit it. Trust me, you will love it. One of the greatest songs ever.
Oh, baby, I just want to show you what a clear view there is from every bend in the road. Now listen.
While I was away, my wife received one of these on the table, and they had a tape machine running, and the children were singing, right? And this is the gospel truth. When they played the tape back, there was another sound on the tape. That's something to think about. So she put it outside the house. She wanted it in the house.
Presence has moved up a lot in my life. When I first got this LP on vinyl, I didn't know what to expect from it. Just like House of the Holy. When I put it on, I got this uneasiness. But the thing is, the production just didn't seem as good. It seemed rushed. I didn't know anything about it. There was no internet back then. I couldn't just look up what's with this album and find out that it was recorded in 3 weeks and Jimmy Page didn't put that much into it and Robert Plant was injured. I didn't know any of that, but it did translate to it. There was no keyboards in it, so I felt that it was had a little less depth. No keyboards, all guitars. I love keyboards, and I love when bands put keyboards in it, and I really don't like when they go, we're changing our style and not doing keyboards. Like, there's something wrong with the keyboard. I'm a guitar player, and I love the addition of keyboard into music. It just adds layers, it's great. There's only 2 really famous songs from this album, and that's Achilles' Last Stand and Nobody's Fault But Mine. You really don't hear anything else played on the radio, or that fans or fake fans really know that much. But it starts off with Achilles' Last Stand, which is epic, and then goes into For Your Life, which is a hugely underrated Led Zeppelin song.
Don't you want cook it? And a friend's good night stand, try it, fry it.
I was so glad to see them do it during the Celebration Day concert. I looked at everyone I knew and said, I told you this was a great song. Superior Reviews told you since 1982. What a great song. Well, not 1982. I probably bought the album more like 1984. For Your Life is an awesome, awesome song. And no one listened to Superior Reviews, but look who's right. Look who did it live finally after all these years. And by the way, they never did it live until then. So, Superior Reviews knew better than Led Zeppelin. That's to show how great I am. You guys just don't get how great I am. You need to start building your altars.
Can you imagine Keith Moon and John Bonham together,
terrifying.
right, in a hotel with Peter Frampton? You know, he of the golden, you know, ambrosial locks and all the rest of it. And the rumour had it was, well, the story that I got was that they decided to cut his hair.
With Frampton.
Frampton, right, with a pair of garden shears. and Mooney's got the garden shears going, come on in, come on, we're going to have you. And Frampton ran up to his room and locked himself in his room, bolted, you know, everything else, you know, which did not deter them one iota. Because John Bonham went and got a fire axe. And chopped his way through the wall. Through the wall.
In a hotel.
In a hotel.
Into the Outdoors is an interesting album. It has Carabasella, or however the heck you say that song. Carousel, it's the word for carousel or something, the full name for it. The keyboard sound that goes through the entire song, the entire 10-minute song, is a sound that is exactly like that Casio keyboard that everyone owned in the 80s. It is the most irritating sound I've ever heard in my life, and you have to deal with it for 8 to 10 minutes with this song. It's terrible. It is not Achilles' Last Stand, as some people say it is. It is not. You also have songs like All of My Love and Full in the Rain, which were the big radio hits in the 80s and early 90s, which local radio just played to death. They played those two songs so much, I couldn't take it anymore. It almost made me dislike Led Zeppelin forever. But the last song, I'm Gonna Crawl, is a great song. And the first song in the evening, great, great song. One of the best songs, one of the best intro songs. Both songs are great, love listening to them. Dominating keyboard sounds, which I don't mind. It doesn't really feel like a Led Zeppelin album. Again, I love the album, but nothing compared to the rest of their catalog.
That is one big pile of shit.
Of course, does anything really need to be said about CODA? Well, everything that has been said about it. It's got cover songs and it's a bunch of throwaway songs, remakes. Who cares about it?
John Bonham, found dead in bed yesterday in London at the home of the group's guitarist, Jimmy Page. British newspapers said today that Bonham had a reputation for excessive drinking, but a coroner says after this autopsy that he died without a trace of alcohol or drugs in his body. So, as we say, cause of death still a mystery. Further tests, though, will be made next week.
I think that I respect it, and I want the whole sort of effigy of Led Zeppelin to maintain its respect through time, rather than keep on using it as a sort of hitch for my career.
Well, one of the things is that this musical communication that we had between the four members of the time, after 11 years of that, we knew each other so well musically, and we could throw any idea at each other, and it just would, you know, evolve and move, and you know what? That's why when we lost John Bonham, we just really, it was the right decision in respect to his part of the band at the time, not to carry on. I think if it had been each and every one of us, if it had happened to myself or Robert or whatever, the same decision would have been made.
So, signing off, Superior Reviews, I rule. That's right, mofos, I am the ruler. I rule.